What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome to Not Your Status Quo. Today is another episode of our award-winning, often imitated, never duplicated, What's Next? And what are we talking What's Next for? Well, we just saw the Eternals at the movie, and we want to talk about where the MCM is going after this.
It is the multiverse.
It is. Say, Keith, are our videos sponsored by anyone?
Why, as a matter of fact, they are, Doug. Our wonderful sponsor, Sprite, is letting us film here today in the Sprite Convention Center
In Southwest Secaucus, New Jersey.
Sprite.
So let's jump right in. Keith, you got some thoughts?
No.
So, you've heard it here, folks. Absolutely nothing is next. MCM is canceled. All right, video over.
Whoa, wait. I was joking. I have thoughts.
We all
Okay,
have, we have thoughts.
Good.
Let's share them.
Let's share them to the internet.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Let's do this in 3 parts.
All right.
We'll talk about what we think is happening next because of the movie. Then we will talk what we think is happening next because of the mid-credit scene, starring Dave's favorite, Harry Styles. And then we will talk about what we think is next after the post-credit scene, starring Kit Harington. So, we know at the end of Eternals, basically that Celestial is turned into marble or ice, or I think it's marble.
It looks like marble, yeah.
And we see the head and
Perhaps granite. We
Granite,
want to
yeah,
discuss
perhaps.
different stone types.
You don't want to take that for granted.
Ha
Oh, all right. Could be Adobe.
All right.
So we're assuming the planet can survive that massive stone celestial being imprisoned within it. But the fact that it's still there, and I'm assuming still has his power, is going to cause something or someone to come to this planet. There was a run in the comics where Galactus was feeding on planets with the
That had
celestial eggs in it to get that extra boost of power.
It is known by many names. My people called it Galactus, the devourer of worlds.
So I got a feeling they are going to use this. Nothing is ever done without a purpose in mind. The reason that Celestial is still in this planet, I guess Earth from the Marvel Universe? Or
He's like an Easter Island head.
There you go.
You know, that comes out one side and he's got a feet coming out the other side.
Well, if you guys look back at some of our old Theory Palooza videos, we actually did speculate that this was going to happen quite a while ago. I want to say it was, 2 years ago? We were talking about this idea that Galactus was going to come, and obviously he's going to be a cloud again.
God, no.
But yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. We were discussing that it's probably only going to get bigger from here. You know, how are they going to trump Thanos?
Yeah. And they got Kang, but I think Galactus, who I don't think is going to be a big bad in the MCU, but I do think prior to him getting to Earth, I do think we are going to see him somewhere else actually destroy a planet. It could be a scroll world, and that's what brings them for Secret Invasion. It could be, something else entirely. Maybe in Guardians Volume 3. There have been rumors that Silver Surfer is showing up.
I was just about to ask if you thought that this would bring us to Silver Surfer.
Now, if he is in that movie, yeah, then that would signal Galactus.
And we could definitely see the Guardians try to stop him, but he still destroys the planet. And that way we know his power. So when he shows up on Earth, it's like, hey, who's this weird purple dude? We know his power. So I think that's where we're going with what happened at the end of Eternals. Obviously, they're in space and, Starfox shows up, which is going to bring us into that second part. And we know, the World Forge is where the Celestials are, and we are assuming that is where the Eternals were taken. Starfox says he knows where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So we can only assume that they are going to go there and try to free their Eternals. And now a lot of people, hey, How are they going to get there? The Celestials are all powerful. And I think the biggest part of that post-credit scene, even though Harry Styles and Starfox is getting all of the press and all of the trumpets sounding and all that, is Pip the Troll.
With Patton Oswalt as the voice, yeah.
Which was amazing. But he can teleport anywhere he wants to go.
Drunkenly.
And I think that's going to be the key to them getting in there. And I don't think it's going to be, something where they just barge head first in and take on the Celestials. They're going to sneak in and steal their people back. And that's going to cause, ripples down the line of Celestials, either trying to target Earth to destroy it because of the Eternals and Starfox, or maybe Titan or somewhere else. I think that's going to, whyever Starfox wants to do it, and I don't think he's doing it for the good of the Eternals, I think it's going to draw a little more attention than he likes from the Celestials.
So my theory with Starfox is that they're eventually going to have a run-in with the Guardians, because the way that he was kind of presenting himself and the way that he had that grand announcement with Pip, sort of as like this amazing ultimate, sort of character, he seemed like he'd be a fun foil for Peter Quill.
No, he definitely would be. I think that would be a good matchup. Now, whether or not, Guardians Volume 3 was written years ago before Disney, unfortunately fired James Gunn before they brought him back. So who knows if he's in the...
later on, after they've established a couple of, runs for this stuff.
It would definitely be nice to see. I like that theory. Now next, in the post-credit scene, we see Kit Harington as Dane Whitman at his uncle's place or whatever, and he's opening up that case with the Black Knight symbol on, and it is the Ebony Blade. And for those of you that don't know the Ebony Blade, it's basically imbued with this power that tries to curse and turn whoever's wielding it kind of evil, I think, for lack of a better term. And we'll have an In Focus coming out soon that'll kind of explain all that. But I think what we want to talk about here is the voice that we heard.
Oh, yeah.
This was confirmed. At first I was thinking it was his uncle or someone along the lines, a former Black Knight. But we found out it was Mahershala Ali as Blade. So what does that mean? I think that means pretty definitively that the Black Knight is probably going to join the Midnight Suns. For those of you that don't know who the Midnight Suns are, it was basically Moon Knight, Blade, Werewolf by Night, who's getting a Halloween special in the MCU next year. I don't think the Black Knight was ever a part of it that I know, but they always, basically kind of fought that supernatural stuff. Dracula, who is rumored to be in the Moon Knight series, probably could become the big bad that the Midnight Suns are going after. But, Black Knight and Blade have teamed up in the comics before, and I think we're about to see it sooner rather than later in the MCU.
Now, I do have a question for you. I was under the assumption that Sony owned Blade. Is that not the case? Does Disney Marvel own Blade?
Because they have not made a movie in so long, it has been moved back to Marvel Studios.
Very cool. Interesting. All right.
And the one last thing I want to say about that is the reason Blade would probably be looking to Dane Whitman, the Black Knight, is because the Ebony Blade can kill Dracula. So that's one of its powers. I mean, in the comics, it was able to kill Null, the symbiote king. For those of you that read King in Black, the recent, huge crossover in Marvel. So that Ebony Blade is extremely powerful. So I think there's going to be a lot of people trying to use the Black Knight Dane Whitman for their own purposes, and Blade may be the first one.
Yeah, I think so. And, I also got the feeling when I was watching that scene, for some reason, it came over me that his character just knew nothing.
Shame!
This isn't even...
Shame!
Those donuts?
I love donuts, Jon Snow!
My name's Kit.
No, it's not! Not today, it ain't! Shame! Ooh!
As he was staring at that Ebony Blade. I don't know why.
Well, he's been typecast as someone who knows nothing. That's what we think is going to happen next, but what do you guys think? Please add us at Twitter, leave it in the comments down below, and we will see you next time on Not Your Status Quo.